Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys, Jason and I have been driving. We are so tired. It has been a long week, the travel week from hell, as far as like coming back. London was amazing, everything was incredible, but I'm not going to lie, guys. Like the getting back was just absolutely excruciating. Thank you to American Airlines, who are terrible. So I'm going to get into all of this, but before I do, we're back to talk about Rachel Leviss, and let's get into it with her new podcast, shall we? What the f is she saying? I have no idea. Here we go.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Okay, so I really don't know what Rachel Leviss is saying in her new podcast. I'm not gonna lie. Like, let me bring up this because, well, one, my face looks like absolute garbage shit, and two, even though this isn't Rachel, I don't care right now. I am so just exhausted. But that's not going to stop me from talking about this because I want to get this off my chest and I want to talk about what we're all talking about, which is the fact that this does not make sense. So, a few of the takeaways that came out of Rachel Leviss's podcast. Well, we have the fact that Rachel is back in Los Angeles and says it feels like home. Can I just say really quick the fact that Rachel Leviss decided to do this podcast, okay? You decided to do this podcast and you decided to go rogue, whatever the hell that means. And to be honest with you guys, trust me, I'm not the person to ask. I don't know what that means. You decided to go rogue, okay? You did this podcast and you start giving us all of the insight, the dirty deets as to what's going on in your life. She says she's back in LA and she says it feels like home. She admits that she made a mistake by filming season 10 and she should have taken the time to heal from her breakup with James. She says she was drinking a lot during season 10 and was not in a good mental space. She also said that filming season 11 would have been catastrophic. She hasn't heard from any of the cast and doesn't necessarily want to. She blocked Sandoval the day that she got her phone back from the treatment, but admits it was hard to cut him off. She says Sandoval could have DM'd her happy birthday privately instead of commenting publicly. She admitted that she has not prioritized her friendships when she was with Sandoval. Well, I feel like everybody kind of knew that something was going on, but just to kind of add insult to injury really quick, before I bring up some other things, let me bring this up. I'm going to just play a clip for you. Here we go.
Get the chance to.
Wait, nope, not that one. This one.
I was drinking a ton season 10. And this is not an excuse. I'm just point blank, like, I was not in a good mental space. And in knowing that, I'm learning from my mistakes. Looking back and seeing how much pain I was in, interacting with James on camera and seeing his new girlfriend, I could only imagine the pain I would cause by filming in the same environment with Ariana, because being involved with somebody's boyfriend while they're still in a relationship is a huge betrayal and so painful as it is. But then to continue working with these people and interacting with them, maybe not even speaking, but like hearing about what they're doing and seeing your person that you loved so much and thought that they loved you just as much as you loved them, be conversing with this other person, it would just be so catastrophic. And I didn't want to do that to Ariana. I didn't want to put her in that position.
What the hell are you talking about? You literally cheated with her boyfriend. You didn't want to do that to Ariana, girl. You should have thought long and hard before that. And I know that, yes, guys, I get it. We can get past this. We can move forward. But this girl sounds like an idiot. You know, I didn't want to do that to Ariana because I know that I went through the same thing. No, you didn't. James didn't cheat on you with Allie. You just had to film with Ali. That's different. You cheated. Well, he cheated on Ariana with your supposed best friend, who was also Ariana. But wait. There's more.
I think Tom Sandoval has worked on himself.
Not in the slightest.
Really? Do you think he's going to be forgiven from like the fans?
I don't know. I maybe some will. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just hard because I think I'm just apologies are words. I think when someone's really sorry, you see that they're sorry. You see it with behavior modification. You see them changing like how they operate, and it's one thing to say you're sorry. It's one thing
Yeah.
to prove that you're sorry.
Right.
So I'm
And
an
he hasn't
action.
worked on himself at all?
Like he stopped drinking. I'm like, but what does
He
that have to
stopped drinking?
But what does that have to do with what you did and said? Like he still
Right.
he doesn't understand like why this is such a big deal. Like he said like on some podcast recently on Tamara and Teddy's podcast, he's like, yeah, I guess it was like a slow news day. He's like, because I like literally everyone has cheated. Like I don't understand.
No,
like,
he
like when you
didn't.
go back and say like, well, so and so did it, so like I don't understand why, like because I did it. It's like when they're just as guilty. It's like, well, you know what?
Bro.
Like there's a bunch of serial killers that
Bro.
sitting in jail, but does
Yeah.
that mean murder is not so
Right.
bad? Like
That's really
dude,
bad.
And I don't mean to compare cheating to like, murder.
No,
Honestly, but like,
I know what you mean.
but the thing is like, yeah, people were doing that like when they were like young, and up when you're young, you're not supposed to like be making those same stupid mistakes and choices when
Yeah.
you're in your 40s. Like you're like, hopefully we've learned how wrong those things are and how
Right.
shitty that kind of behavior is by the time
And
you're
how
in
many
your
people
40s.
it affected? It's not just you, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so if you think it's not a big deal, you hurt a lot of people.
So yeah, just the fact that you still like don't get it
Yeah.
to me is like why I'm like
That is
you got some soul searching to do, pal.
I agree. But wait. We're not done. Not done yet. So on top of this, we have more. So Lala Kent was accused of being jealous of Ariana Madix, right? You guys know this. Now, after she was accused, she declared that this was when in the trailer, she said, I have never experienced someone who gets cheated on and suddenly becomes God. Now, after Lala suggested her statement was taken out of context and said that she's always been a fan of Ariana, who was cheated on, well, things changed a little bit. I've always been a fan of hers. That's what she's saying, okay? She's saying, I have always been a fan of hers. It's so funny right now because you guys have no idea what I'm dealing with this camera. But I'm a fan of this camera, Sony, okay? I have always been a fan of hers. Have you? She's been honestly very kind and supportive ever since filming, and I love her a lot, is what Ariana said. But also, Lala went on to say, I think it shows throughout the years. We've had our ups and our downs, absolutely. But to see my friend thrive after such a heartbreak, I am so happy for her. I am so proud of her. Ariana also responded to the idea that her decision not to speak to Sandoval in the season 11 finale led to Lala saying what she did. And she said, correct, except anyone can turn down a production request. They aren't God, and I'm not God, just someone who said no, like other cast members have many a times. Now, meanwhile, as Ariana prepares for her upcoming role as Roxy Hart in Chicago on Broadway, an expert, Amy Luca, who is the executive vice president and global head of social at Media Monks at adjunct professor of digital marketing at the USC Marshall School of Business program, is detailing how Sandoval helped Ariana allegedly make $2 million. She's bringing something else to the table other than just, hey, hold a bag of chips. There's a story she can tell. She's probably highly involved in the creative of whatever those partnerships are, which is really wonderful for brands and agencies. We love that we get some creative partnership, okay? And she's an entrepreneur at heart. In the months that followed the news of Sandoval's cheating, she said that she's got a good team behind her. She was looking for these opportunities and brand deals. And Amy explained, estimating that Ariana, who has a 2.2 million Instagram following, makes between $50,000 to $70,000 per social media post. In addition to online partnerships, Ariana also apparently scored big when she and something about her sandwich partner, Katie Maloney, released Fuck Me in This T-shirt merch. In fact, they made $100,000 in just 36 hours. And then she partnered with Lip Lab, as you guys know. And then Dancing with the Stars, which apparently brought her in about $300,000. And then her new book, Single AF Cocktails, which got her mid to high six figures. So they're saying that she's bringing in a shit ton of money. I'm not mad at it. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Go ahead, comment below. Let us know what you think. And I'm going to go rest now. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.